Hey guys, Crypto Mike here with the mic check 1212. Is this thing on? Please hit the thumbs ups, the subscribe, and the notification bell. Make sure you're informed first out of everyone, and you're in the know, guys. Hit that notification bell if you subscribe. Now, also download the Brave browser, okay? Just give it a shot. It didn't even take me that long to get used to because it's so simplified. It's very easy. It's a very nice looking browser. And look at this. When you open it up, I love this. To a new page, they have a different, like, nice looking background every time. And I really like that. Anyways, you earn basic attention token for, I already cleared them. See, it's just so easy to clear. Clear your notifications, but you earn basic attention token for your notifications, okay? I'm not sure how much I've earned already. They deposited it in my Webull account every month, so probably like 600 or something like that I've already earned. Okay, so let's check it out. There's a lot of stuff going on today, okay? Ton of stuff, guys. Go subscribe. I mean, go follow me on Twitter, guys. Now, I just want to let you know that we are going through tough times. We are not trying to make an excuse, or we're not trying to actually, coronavirus is a real thing, okay? We're not trying to make it into this big conspiracy. We're trying to actually be aware of, though, the fact that the media and the governments, they're all using it as the excuse for a lockdown, a shutdown, and the global currency reset, okay? Which we can see is evident. It's coming very swiftly because of this big market crash that we're seeing, all right? Now, one thing real quick, I've been seeing the number 33 everywhere when it comes to coronavirus. 33 is a master number, and I just want to show you something real quick. 33, 66, 666, 33, 33, 3399, 3, 6, and 9 are numbers that they know to use, okay? The elite. And I want to show you this. Oh, it's on TradingView. I want to show you this chart. Last recession, they dropped the SPX, the S&P 500. They dropped it until it hit $666, guys, okay? And then the plan was to keep it going up, keep it going up. I'll zoom out here. Keep it going up. I want to show you real quick. If I can move it. There. That was the very, very bottom, guys. And a lot of people know this, but some people don't. That was the very bottom of the last recession. That's when it hit. And you guys, obviously, it was controlled by people who like the number 666. Now, this time, the plan was, and I heard about this ahead of time. I was saying this for a while, guys. The top was 3399. It didn't get to 3400. All right, the top was 3399. They didn't let it go past 33. Okay, so they think in terms of 3s, 6s, and 9s, and that's what happened, you know. And I knew ahead of time. I was telling you guys the top is near. Top is 33, and you know, so that's when it started just plummeting. Don't tell me you didn't expect that, but it's gonna keep going down. It's gonna keep going down. It's ridiculous, and who knows? You know, the whole economy is gonna crash. It's already crashing. So I'm not trying to make this whole coronavirus into a conspiracy, because it's real. You should take your vitamin C. You should use antibacterial hand soap. You should wash your hands a lot. You should not cough into your hand and touch something, okay? Keep in mind, every time you touch something that might have germs on it, dirty, you need to wash your hands. Keep in mind to wash your hands. Don't touch door handles after you touch some dirty surface, you know? Just keep those things in mind, okay? if you don't wash your hands a lot, this is the time to start doing it, okay? And try not to cough, and don't cough. If you have to cough, cough into your elbow, all right? Now, XRP Euphoria says, most of my funds have been withdrawn from the bank and are sitting in USD on Coinbase Pro. So that's a smart thing to do. USD is the only one that's FDIC insured on Coinbase. That way, if something happens to it, you will be insured and you will get that money back. That's the only one though. So I wouldn't suggest leaving any other cryptos, even USDC, on Coinbase, okay? Not right now, you know, not right now. It's kind of a risky thing to do, you know, just in case there is a big financial shutdown, and they even shut down exchanges, okay? If we're going through this big reset and they do flip the reset switch, that might happen. Get your crypto off exchanges, okay? The ones I'm really excited about right now are Chainlink, XRP, Stellar Lumens, Zinfin, HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph, Cardano, VeChain. I might be missing, well, Ethereum. Ethereum is good. It's just too expensive for me. It's already had a huge run, and I'm trying to catch the next Ethereum, okay? Which I think the next Ethereum is going to be like Chainlink, XRP, Cardano, okay? From today, Spiritual Groove says, from today on, cash is forbidden in Holland, okay? The push to a cashless society is happening. So once they take the cash away, well, we're going to use digital. We already do a lot. We're going to use digital payments. So Venmo is going to be popular. Zelle is going to be popular. But what if they close banks down? What if crypto is going to become popular? Okay. Now, Satoshi Flipper says, decoupling is happening now. This is the Dow Jones Index, the one on the bottom, and this is Bitcoin on top. Now, it's actually starting to decouple. Thank goodness. I think it's time that crypto might go up from here, but I can't call it for sure. I don't really know. It's really kind of throwing people off. The gold-silver ratio is a historic 123 to 1. It takes 123 ounces of silver to equal one ounce of gold right now, okay? So they're buying at local coin shops, they're buying silver for $20 an ounce. Would I sell it? No, I would not sell it. Even though it's a high premium and you could maybe buy back at a lower price, it's just not, it's not safe. In case the financial system does shut down and we need something to barter with. Also, I think the value of gold and silver is going to skyrocket in the next coming 2 months or so. I really do. Philadelphia they are not arresting and detaining people and taking them to the police station anymore for these things. Narcotics offenses, theft from persons, retail theft, theft from auto, burglary, vandalism, bench warrants, stolen auto, economic crimes, bad checks and fraud, and prostitution. So they'll put people in handcuffs, they'll write down a citation, and then they'll let them go. This is Philadelphia right now, guys. And it might happen elsewhere too. It's very concerning, guys, very concerning. Okay, so there's, he says, Matt Durkader says, big deflationary event. The bubble is deflating. They're making everyone broke. They're going to buy up everything for beans, then render whatever the little man still has left worthless with huge inflation. All right, that's why keep accumulating that crypto, guys, and that gold and silver, baby. And then he says, also keep an eye out for the mandatory vax pressure in the wake of this. And that's something else I've been thinking about too. They're probably going to make sure that we get that vaccine. They're making such a big deal out of it. Why? There's a lot of different reasons, and they're going to push their agenda on us. The vaccine is probably going to be mandatory. And I heard another theory that they are going to give us a cashless wallet in our arm. And I've heard this before, but now I'm hearing that it'll be included in the vaccine and they'll let us know, but we'll have to sign a waiver or whatever. And that's where our wallets will be. I mean, who knows? So much could happen in the next few months that we are just begging for an answer and we just want it to stop, and that'll be the way they stop it, and they'll make us do it. Who knows, you know? We'll see. U.S. will issue a guidance to hospitals urging them to limit non-essential elective medical procedures. Okay, so it's coming. They're pushing people out. They're making room for the coronavirus everywhere. And they're making it a priority, top priority. Therefore, other things, if you're sick, but you're not as sick as someone with the coronavirus, if it's non-essential, they will not let you stay in the hospital. So you need to make sure you take your vitamin C. You need to try not to get sick. You need to get some drugs. You know, get your drugs now while you can. Get some ibuprofen. I bought some ibuprofen. Get the antibacterial, what's it called? Microbial antiseptic. Get antiseptic in case you get a cut and it gets infected. You need that antiseptic, okay? All that stuff. Be prepared. We might have a blackout as well, guys. QAnon is trending. QAnon is spiking. People are actually very curious. This is from a year ago. And now today it's spiking. People are actually wondering what the hell is QAnon and what's going on. Number 33, like I said, is showing up repeatedly in correlation to COVID. Number 33 is a master number. It's showing up everywhere. Headlines. They control the agenda with the headlines, guys. Most people don't even read the articles. Remember that. Troops are being put out to ensure there's no public unrest during this global financial transition. This is Shane Ellis. He says, billions of people who missed a once-in-generation opportunity to get out of poverty and become filthy rich with XRP will be pissed off and try to oppose the change. I think you guys, anything on Coinbase should do well. And he shows us some photographs of troops around the world. Wow. I mean, as long as they protect me, I'm okay. But, you know, what am I going to do? You know, people are like, no, they're not there to help you. Well, what am I going to do? All I can do is have protection and, you know, but I think as long as I'm lawful and don't do anything stupid, I'll be fine. Just like you guys, okay? Just let this will pass. This will pass. Okay. Now, I guess Google is under the control of white hats now, which means that their agenda is not being pushed as much. But I don't know. You know, I beg to differ in some respects. But he did look up who owns the United States. And it says the United States citizens are owned by the Federal Reserve Bank, which is a non-governmental bank that provides the U.S. with all of its currency. Next up is the land, as Britain, which few know has been owned by the Vatican since 1213. So, yeah, so there's a lot of crazy stuff that people are going to start learning. I did look it up, and that is what came up. So, I typed it in, who owns the United States, and that article came up first on Quora. Look, see, 9 and 33, March 3, 9, 33. I mean, those are numbers they use, guys. March 9th is 3-9, and 33 was the year. They use those numbers a lot. Just be safe, guys. Okay, so he's saying that it's going to go down, but to me, it looks more like an ascending triangle. So I think it's going to go up, but I think it's going to go up, man. Everyone thinks it's going to go down, but It could go down. Yeah, it could. It really could. You know, no one truly knows. Okay, YouTube will get blocked at the Pentagon. Now, that's just, they're putting these stories out to get us prepared for when they block it for everybody. Don't be shocked. And that's what their purpose is for putting this kind of information out, so that we're not shocked. We know that it's happening around the world. The Pentagon blocking it for their employees. Well, they're gonna ramp up the story and increase it to where it's stress testing the network too much, and there's crashes, and eventually they're gonna just say, you know what, for the safety of everyone and so that we can focus on this coronavirus and not have the internet crash, we're gonna turn off social media. Okay, and that might be the 10-day blackout we've been hearing about so much. Okay, be prepared. Okay, be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. And then be prepared as well for maybe a full-on blackout, a full-on power grid outage, a power outage, guys. Just be prepared. I bought some matches. I think having a kerosene grill or something is great. I think that would be great. I don't personally own one because, you know, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not made of money. I prepared as much as I could, though. I bought a solar charger, which has USB ports to keep my phone charged. And make sure, at the very least, try to make sure you have warm blankets. Make sure you have warm blankets, okay? And a lot of clothes that you can snuggle up with, you know. Be prepared. Take vitamin C too, guys, okay? This is mind control at its finest. COVID-19 has a unique power that we give it. We give it the power to manifest fear, anxiety, and panic, even though we don't have it. The deep state knows that thoughts manifest faster than ever nowadays, and they are desperately trying to keep us in the third dimension state of fear and ego. The 3D. Redirect your own thoughts, okay, towards something positive, and don't worry so much, okay? Because mental health is the foundation of physical health, all right? When you break down your mental health, you cannot even think about being physically healthy. Your mental health is even more important than physical health, in my opinion, because that's where all the power lies, in your mind, in the eye of beholder. Worrying about the virus will break you down, even worse than the coronavirus, because worry is something you can feel the effect of right away. Keep that in mind, guys, okay? I'll leave you with this. This was written by a pastor or something like that. No matter what happens over the next few hours and days, everyone remain calm. This is not the end, but only the end of the world as we know it. This is not the beginning of the tribulation, but it is the beginning of a severe tribulation for the corrupt elite. This is not when Christ comes to take us home, but it is when Christ comes to judge advanced evil and establish those who are his and the plan that is his. Not only is this not the end, this is barely the beginning of the kingdom age. In this age, the church will learn that the king and his kingdom had come together. It is not just about getting eternal security, but about receiving and showcasing his way of doing things in every sphere or mountain of society. We are not even comparative 2-year-olds in this assignment. The church has been in an arrested development period brought on by trying to leave the planet before we showcase the kingdom. We thought that to tell that the king was enough, but the king is inseparable from his kingdom. Seek ye first the kingdom. If it would help you to read my prophetic words over the past 2 years, do that. Perspective and hope are in them. What I have been speaking of this is happening. The world will never be the same, and it is a good change. Okay, so there are two trains of thoughts. This is terrible, this is evil, and this is a good change. All right, it's gonna happen anyways. So, you know, keep your hopes up. Okay, don't let fear and depression take hold of you. It's really not a good place, and your whole life will. That's what they want. Okay, that's what they want, because good is not completely in control, but it will be soon, I think. The virus is real, though greatly exaggerated, and therefore the fear is even more real. The fear is even more real. Understand that a much greater long-term reality is being addressed as Haman is being hung on his own gallows. Bring every thought into captivity and upgrade your trust in God and what he's doing. Have faith. Pray to God. Know he's with you. Okay? I know it's hard. Sometimes you feel like he is not with you. I know. But remember that he is with you. Okay? He never puts you in a place that he never gives you anything in your life that you cannot handle. You're strong. Remember that. You are strong. Your children, their children, and their children will look back at these days as the days that gave them a new reality and a new hope. Think today what story of personal courage you might want to exhibit so you can pass it on to them. Whatever momentarily hit your business, your portfolio, or your true financial picture takes at this time will be viewed as comparatively meaningless. Okay? Just remember that. The financial system is going to be overhauled, but a unique plan will be unveiled that will be quite brilliant. And he's talking about quantum financial system. It won't be able to be defined by Dow Jones type numbers. It will allow for a moving forward that doesn't just begin in the ashes of great loss. Hoarders won't be rewarded, but stewards will. Good stewards will. Take advantage of the days of contradiction to secure your trust in the Most High, who is very present and very involved. There are certain kingdom muscles that can only be strengthened in this kind of season. Don't waste this test, no matter how brief it might be. So he's saying it's going to be short, and I don't think it's going to be too long. It'll be a blip in our life. We will remember it though for the rest of our life though, because it will bring about much change. Around the corner are a multitude of new doors of opportunity for everyone. Around the corner are health cures for almost every disease known to man. In both examples, there has been wrongful human suppression by many of those presently being judged. Meanwhile, step out in kindness and generosity towards your neighbors. Apocalyptic movies has assumed we would turn on each other when tested. Let's prove them wrong. Let's show the world and show each other our true colors. Love, kindness, carefree, hope, generosity, and peace. The best is yet to come. All right, guys. I'm going to read this one. This is actually really good. But if it cuts out, then sorry. So he's saying that this is how the storm will unfold. I shall put together all the Q puzzle pieces. In doing so, I will take my best guess as to how the ideal U.S. military strategy might be structured to complete the storm. I'm willing to take the heat if my guesses do not largely eventuate. Let's start with the virus. It's a psyop, but it is a real virus, but causes little morbidity and mortality. That makes sense to me. Thus, it is benign overall and less of a concern than influenza. The virus can be problematic, but only in those with serious comorbid disease, almost exclusively the elderly. Having said this, preventative measures should be undertaken until POTUS gives the all clear. Antivirals such as remdesivir will be useful in ICU treatment. The virus was engineered by the deep state at the University of North Carolina, Fort Detrick, and Al Geelong. It, however, has been attenuated, neutralized by white hats. 2 of the 4 HIV inserts have had base pair additions to ameliorate the gain of function. China, Iran, and Italy are all on side with POTUS. Now that's one perspective. They have largely manufactured the crisis by controlling the release of PSYOP disinformation. Remember, Italy was involved in Spygate and needed to make amends. Most deaths will have intercurrent influenza. Hence, conservative influenza prevention treatment is important. China released the virus at the designated time. The purpose was to create panic as cover for operations. Quarantines will be staggered throughout the major cities of the world. For instance, Sydney is likely to start this Wednesday, 18th of March. The level of action will be entirely inappropriate for the actual risk posed. The mainstream media is hoping the virus is very deadly and will end POTUS politically. It is not, and it will not. They will ramp up the panic because they have no other choice. They are under the impression the virus is in its original deep state form. During these quarantine periods, there will be silent, simultaneous arrests of evil low deep state facilitators. These include MS-13 mafiosa in Italy, and Cranberra Raiders supporters in England. These nasty individuals would be put in quarantine camps run by the white hat military. An example are their American locations here. These are the locations of quarantine camps in America. We will not hear too much of these arrests, although some have been subtly announced already. So no dramatic arrests of these nasty individuals. Silence is strategically the best option. The city quarantines will continue. The worldwide city quarantines will continue from the staggered individual commencements until they end on April 10th, Easter Friday. Superimposed upon this will be 10 days of darkness, which will begin on the 1st of April. Immediately before the start of darkness, POTUS will tweet, "My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us." April Fool's Day will lessen the initial worries about darkness occurring. When darkness occurs, there will be a peak COVID-19 panic and medical martial law. Indeed, quarantine medical martial law will have been in place in most of the major cities. Many people will be self-isolating at home. Most will already have prepped for food. And the unemployed pensioners will be given $750 on March 31st, probably more than that. Other countries will have contingencies too. This means few will starve. Some emergency shops will be open to provide supplies. The 10 days of darkness will involve no social media or internet. There will be electricity, but no TV or radio. No newspapers will print. The military of each country will close these down. POTUS will have the only available method of reaching the public through the 10 days of darkness, and that will be through the emergency broadcast system, which they've been testing a lot lately, right? Each military worldwide will transmit this to TVs and devices in their respective country. President of the United States will be either abroad or on Air Force One during the days of darkness for optics. Ostensibly, the excuse for the use of Air Force One will be safety or infection risk. There will be a total news blackout, except for POTUS. Professionally made documentaries will be transmitted on the EBS to TVs. Now, that would be something. Professionally made documentaries with facts. The content will lay out all the horrors, crimes, and details of everything Q. It will, however, be family friendly. It will be indisputable. That's what we've been waiting for. So if it's indisputable, then let's bring it, bring it. POTUS will describe how he was asked to run by the U.S. military to take down the deep state and that he is not a politician. He will verify the Q dissemination program. These documentaries will include taped confessions of famous deep state politicians and elites. That's what we need to see. The structure of world control will be outlined. Evidence of crimes will be presented. Military tribunal outcomes will be known. The presentations will occur for, say, 8 hours a day for the 10 days straight. Repeats will occur for the rest of the day so that shift workers, emergency workers will not miss anything. The emergency system will be 24/7. Families will have nothing else to do but watch. The most heinous videos won't be for all, and they can be seen by those wishing to do so on the internet after the 10 days of darkness. There will be time to reflect during each day of these 10 days. There will be mass shock, disgust, and confusion. Our role as patriots will be to provide a sense of calm, validation, compassion, and reassurance. Many patriots previously too scared to talk will be able to do so. It is unlikely, but possible. JFK Jr. and others will add to the veracity of the operation. When the 10 days of darkness finish on Easter Friday, there will be a mass outpouring of spirituality. On Easter Friday, the people will be told the virus is now safe to venture outside and assemble. Churches, synagogues, and mosques will be filled. There will be much grief. So there's a lot of hopium here, to tell you the truth. And none of this is confirmed. But, hey, it's something to think about, okay? There's a lot more. There's not even that much more. There may be an economic reset within the 10 days of darkness with an ending of the Federal Reserve and institution of a gold standard. All right, that's just this guy. He wrote that whole thread, and I thought it was pretty cool. Dr. Russell McGregor. Well, it's interesting, guys. It's just something to think about. I'll leave with that, and just don't stop questioning everything. Okay, remember that. Don't stop questioning. You need to question everything, or your life might be at risk. Okay, take the necessary precautions. Do what you gotta do. to stay safe, all right? Be good people. Hodl strong. I love you guys. Crypto Mike out. Peace.